Thank you so much. I actually feel like I'm dreaming. I can't believe I'm here tonight. What an honour. I'm just blown away, and particularly having George Mitchell saying all those lovely things about me, and particularly with the work that he has done in Ireland. The Good Friday Agreement is one of the most historic agreements that we could possibly have. And we in Ireland are deeply, deeply grateful to George Mitchell for the work that he has done on it. And in fact, I'm on the Good Friday Implementation Committee in Ireland, and it's a true honour for me to be on that committee. It's a cross-party Oireachtas committee. I would like to say a few words, if that's okay, and I hope I don't go over time. I would be a little bit nervous to speak from my heart, so firstly let me say I'm absolutely delighted to be here in such wonderful company, and it truly is an honour and a privilege to accept this award. I want to say thank you to everyone at the Arab American Institute, particularly AAI President Jim Zogby, a wonderful man, but for all your kindness in recognising the work that I do. I'm thrilled to be with you tonight and to share the stage with such fantastic individuals and organisations. The values that AAI stands for are ones I've held deeply throughout my life. A respect for diversity, a firm belief in inclusion, and an insistence that America is at its best, that Ireland is at its best, that the world is at its best, when it affords the same opportunities, dignity, and support to all those who call it home. It is about ensuring that those who are most marginalised are heard. The video you just saw spoke about the RISE Foundation, and those values are really what spurred me to found it. After I returned to college to study addiction therapy, I began working in a treatment centre in Dublin. I loved being at the coalface of the issue, trying to help those struggling with addiction, but I also started to meet their family members. I realised that it was devastating for them too. They were heartbroken, and in many cases they felt just as lost. I met a mother with 2 young children whose husband was battling the disease of addiction, and I thought to myself, where is her support, and why does she not have proper services available to her? I founded RISE in 2009 to ensure that people with a loved one in addiction had somewhere to turn. Though we work on a shoestring budget, I know we make an impact, and I want to sincerely thank everyone involved with RISE, from therapists to volunteers to people who have raised or donated money, and especially Jack Kilroy, who set up the Friends of RISE here in the US. Your commitment is an inspiration. While working with RISE, it was suggested to me that I could highlight the issues I'm passionate about if I sought election to the Senate. At first, I thought this was a crazy idea. I was born and reared in the tenements in Dublin from a very, very working class family. And for me, becoming a legislator, but the more I thought about it, the more the idea appealed to me. I was shocked when I was elected. I still am shocked, to be honest. But I've been working hard at giving a voice to the voiceless. I campaigned tirelessly for families impacted by addiction, and I'm delighted to say that just before I flew to Washington, the Irish Health Service announced a landmark new report that really, for the first time, properly recognised the impact of addiction on loved ones and the wider family. Almost 10 years since RISE was founded, it just shows that people will listen if you keep fighting, keep making your case, and keep standing up for those that are too often forgotten. I feel that as I now have a platform, I have a responsibility to stand up for those who don't and to defend those who are marginalised. It is in this spirit that we drafted and tabled a bill which was passed by the Irish Senate and is now making its way to the lower house to expand refugees' right to family reunification. We have to show compassion and understanding to those fleeing war and persecution, stand up for human rights, and realise that people fare better with their loved ones beside them. I come from a very small island, but migration is part of our history, and Irish people can be found everywhere in the world. We have to keep this history in our hearts and extend a hand of friendship to those now arriving on our shores. Similarly, it was in this spirit that I tabled a bill to stand out against settlement expansion in Palestine and around the world. We must reject the human suffering caused and the deteriorating human rights situation on the ground. We have a duty to protect the dignity of every human being, no matter where in the world they live. This is not easy, but standing up against injustice never is. I am proud to work with senators and incredible activists and campaigners that never give in and keep pushing forward. It is why we stand out against domestic violence, against economic inequality, and against the idea that poverty and homelessness are ever acceptable features of fair societies. The great Martin Luther King once said that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. There is a wonderful hope in that famous phrase, a deep conviction that a better world is possible, even if it's far away. But Dr. King knew, and we must all remember, that it does not happen on its own. It takes work and dedication. It takes people waking up every morning, standing up for what they believe in, and delivering the better world, inch by hard-fought inch. We need that spirit with us now more than ever. In especially difficult times, we need to reject the politics of fear, hatred, and division, and stand up for diversity, inclusion, and human rights. I dedicate this award to the millions of people around the world who make this their life's work every single day, and I am so happy and honoured and glad to be among them all. In Ireland, we say thank you. We say it in our Irish language, Gura Mila, Mila, Mila Mahagov, Agus Tá Áthas Orm. Thank you so much. I'm very, very happy to be here tonight.